What's happening, MMA fans? It's Vladji from Alpha Living. Welcome back to this channel, and today we're gonna be talking about Conor McGregor versus Rafael Dos Anjos, who met at UFC 197. Hold on. Sorry about that. Hello? Yo. For real? Verdun? Damn. Alright, bro. Peace. So guys, apparently Verdun bitched out of the fight, and UFC 197 becomes UFC 196. So, as usual, we're gonna talk about the weaknesses and strengths of each fighter. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with RDA. We're gonna break down his strengths and weaknesses.
So let's talk about RDA's strength. The first strength is his forward pressure. His forward pressure is very amazing. He makes people walk backwards the whole fight. He's one of these guys that he's very fast, he reacts very quickly, and he walks his opponents down. If you see his last few fights, his opponents were just walking backwards the whole fight. Their back was against the cage and they couldn't push out too much offense. They had to stay on the defense the whole time, and this is one of the things when you are fighting a fighter who is a high pressure fighter who is keep pushing forward. It is very hard to fight a fight like that if you're not a very good counter puncher. If you're not a counter puncher, it is difficult to deal with this kind of people because you're always going to be walking on your heels, and it's hard to throw anything too powerful out of that position. So it's very difficult, it's very frustrating, and it makes you be very defensive the whole fight. So as of right now, we have not seen Conor McGregor being pushed backwards in the UFC, but who knows, RDA could be the first guy to do that and to push him backwards for majority of the fight. The second strength that RDA possesses is his takedowns and his wrestling. He's a pretty decent offensive wrestler. He has decent takedowns, he mixes it up, he throws punches, kicks, and then dives down for takedowns. And when he tries hard, he does get the takedown. So that could be very interesting to see if he'll be able to get Conor McGregor down and actually keep him down for a majority of the fight. And after watching the Chad Mendes fight, I would think that RDA's camp would put a strategy to try to take Conor McGregor down and make him fear of the takedown. Now to RDA's weaknesses and disadvantages. I believe that he stays in the pocket after his combos. He has a tendency to throw punches and then to stay in the pocket and continue trading and not exiting out. And I believe it's due to his Muay Thai stance. He has a traditional Muay Thai stance where you're kind of standing very close to your opponent, and you're trading strikes, where McGregor has an in and out type of stance and movement. So with the traditional Muay Thai stance, where you're standing so close to your opponent and you're throwing strikes, you are more susceptible to counters because you are in range to get hit. So I do believe that RDA will get tagged. Even if he is backing McGregor up against the cage, he cannot be standing in the pocket with McGregor due to McGregor's crazy KO power. In RDA's few last fights, he's been fighting good fighters, but none of the fighters were really a one-punch KO artist who are safer to stay in the pocket and trade. Now the next disadvantage is the fact that RDA is more of a decision artist. He has lots of wins by decision. He doesn't have too many wins by KO. I think he only has one fight where he finished in a one-punch KO, and I believe it was against Sajuropoulos, the Australian guy. And that was like 5 years ago or so. So since then, he really haven't KO'd, flattened somebody out with a punch. It's usually more of a volume kind of TKO, and the Ben Henderson fight as well as the Jason High fights. Both fights were kind of finished a little bit controversially because RDA kind of TKO'd them, but they were good. Right after the ref stopped the fight, they were jumping up and protesting the stoppage. So he obviously doesn't have that completely lay somebody out with one punch. And another thing with decisions, the longer the fight goes, the more advantage I give to the guy with the KO power. So if the fight goes 5 rounds, it's 5 rounds where McGregor can land a KO punch or a kick, where for RDA, if he does not has that one punch KO power, is just gambling. So now we'll talk about McGregor's strength. One of the big advantages in this fight for McGregor is his one punch KO power. When McGregor hits somebody clean, they're going to sleep. He has ridiculous power. He doesn't even have to load hard. You know, he touches people and they fall down. And you know, he has something unique for sure with his power. He throws his punches with such a fluidity, and they just penetrate the skull. It's really, really strong punches. They come out in a very deceptive way, and he does not telegraph them at all. It's just he throws lots of nice straight punches, and people fall down when they get hit by McGregor. Nobody can deny that. He has ridiculous power for his weight, for his size, and I think that will be a big factor in his fight. Even if, let's say, he can't KO RDA, RDA will still be able to feel the punches and the power, and he'll be very tentative and he'll be very defensive because of that. He has 19 wins, and 17 of these wins came by way of a knockout, so it's no joke. Now the next strength of McGregor is his timing and precision. He's starting to get to that Anderson Silva zone, to that Anderson Silva flow where he was knocking out Forrest Griffin and lots of other fighters. Conor McGregor is kind of starting to understand what the timing and precision means and how to use it to his advantage. So he even says it himself, timing beats speed and precision beats power. And you know, it's very true. You can see it in boxing and in MMA that, you know, good timing and good precision is very unique, and only the elite guys possess that. And Conor McGregor is definitely starting to understand that and starting to use it. And it's getting scary because, you know, he doesn't have to hit you hard anymore. With the good precision, with good timing, all he has to do is just move out of the way, slide a couple inches, and, you know, crack you with a little shot, and people are out. So I think we'll start to see that more and more with McGregor as his movement getting better. And as he gains more and more experience, you'll see a lot more KOs, unique KOs like that, where he does not use too much power or speed. So that could definitely take place in this fight, where RDA will stay in the pocket and trade with McGregor, and McGregor will stay calm, move out of the way, slide, bob, weave, and pop him with an uppercut or a hook or something, and we'll finish the fight. The third strength is the freedom of movement. What does that mean? That means he does not obey by the rules, he does not have rules, he does not put limitations on himself. He doesn't go by the book. He doesn't have a boxer style anymore, he doesn't have a kickboxer, jiu-jitsu guy. You know, he's just a free guy. He moves however he wants. Sometimes he looks like a martial artist, sometimes he looks like a ballet, sometimes he looks like a gymnast. You know, he trains all this crazy stuff with Ido Portal, developing, you know, patterns of movements and actually breaking patterns of movements and just really being free. So with that mentality and with that attitude, it's very hard to beat a guy that has control and full awareness of his movement. You know, it doesn't have, oh, I cannot step here, I cannot kick this way, I cannot land here because I can get countered. He uses movement however he feels, and he trusts his instincts to slide out of the way, to move in and out, to throw these unique combinations and crazy kicks, and that's all due to just him being free and not worrying about by the books martial art or textbook martial arts. And the last advantage in this fight will be Conor McGregor's mind games. He plays lots of mind games, he makes people get really, really emotional, he makes his opponents really hate him. And you know, we all know in martial arts, one of the rules is try to not get emotional, don't fight with emotions. You have to fight with no emotions, with no feelings. You have to trust your training and your martial arts. But you know, Conor McGregor takes that away from his opponents because he gets them so riled up that they can't focus and they start doing mistakes and start doing stupid stuff, and because they are so emotional and they hate him so much. And you know, during stare downs, during the press conferences, he keeps messing around with his opponents and lowering their confidence.
He is a free TV fighter. I believe I would dust Rafael inside 1 minute. But at the end of the day, you've tasted that darkness of being KO'd stiff, and you will taste it again on March 5th. He's aged 25 years in the last 2 weeks.
For a lightweight, it's a different story. We are bigger, and lightweight.
It's 5'8" with a 70-inch reach.
It's not a.
I'm 5'9" with a 74-inch.
Not a show in Ireland.
I'm the bigger man
they
here.
have 2 belts.
I'm the bigger man. I'm gonna bully this man in his own division.
You done, man?
I'm gonna. No, I'm not.
You done?
No, you
Okay.
fight him while I speak. I'm the king.
Yeah,
You're
bro,
the
speak.
You're a bum.
You're nothing, man. My next question you guys can make for him because he's answer for me. So my next question you guys can make.
Yeah.
Now to McGregor's weakness. I can really only see one weakness, and it's his takedown defense / bottom game. Chad Mendes took him down a few times in their fight, and he had the good success on being on top and dropping elbows and winning those rounds until McGregor did explode and get back up. So McGregor should definitely work on some takedown defense in his camp, as well as exploding from the bottom and standing back up, because he had a hard time doing that in the past. So if he can really stuff the takedowns of RDA, I could see it being a very short night for RDA. But if RDA will be able to take him down and just hump him to a decision, it's not going to be good at all for McGregor. So, let's hope that McGregor is training hard on his takedown defense. So the last thing I want to do before getting into my predictions is let's look at the tail of the tape and let's see who got the advantage over there. So let's start with RDA. Let's start by saying that he has more fights in his career, so he has on paper more experience, right? He has 24 wins, Conor only got 19. Is it a substantial amount more? Not really, but it counts. So let's give 1 point to RDA. Next point to RDA is the submissions. He has 33% submissions finishes in his career, so he is a higher level submission guy. And then last point that I give to RDA is the takedown average. He does have a higher takedown average when he goes for the takedowns. He does get it. So I do give the slight advantage to RDA with the offensive wrestling. Now let's look at McGregor. He has 2 losses, right? So versus RDA's 7 losses. And both losses came by submission, not by knockout. So McGregor's confidence is going to be very high. He have never been knocked out, have never been rocked. So I give the advantage here of less losses to McGregor. Next thing is the TKO percentage. 89% of McGregor's fights finished in a KO or TKO. So 18 out of 19 fights finished by a knockout. So that's very scary to fight a guy like that. Next point is his height. He has 1 inch height advantage, which is not super substantial. It's not a big deal, but it does help when, especially for a fighter who goes in and out like McGregor. It's just another inch for RDA to try to reach. Now the weight. Although both guys fighting in 155 and McGregor is moving up a division, I still give the advantage to McGregor because he is the bigger guy. On fight night, I bet that McGregor will walk around heavier than RDA. So that's an advantage to McGregor, as crazy as it sounds, because he's a 145 champ. But I do think McGregor is heavier, is bigger, and he doesn't have to cut as much weight this time, so he'll have a lot more energy and confidence. Next point is the reach. McGregor has 3-inch reach advantage on RDA, which is huge. Because again, McGregor is moving up a division and he has a reach advantage over the champ. So that will be a big factor. So right there, that's a huge advantage to McGregor. And then last thing is the strikes landed per minute. McGregor is at 5.53, so McGregor has a lot more punches landed per minute. He's a lot more active. He keeps throwing, boom, 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 kicks, punches, spinning stuff, straight stuff, So he's always active. He's always moving around and kicking and punching. Throws tons of volume, so it's another thing against RDA. So overall, I give 6 points to McGregor and 3 points to RDA, which leads me to my prediction.
So, what's my prediction? I want to start by saying I respect the shit out of Rafael Dos Anjos, RDA. He's a great fighter, awesome fighter. I am a fan of his. I do like him a lot, and I think he's an awesome champion, awesome fighter. I'm 100% confident that Conor McGregor will win this fight. I think that his striking is going to be too much for RDA. RDA pushes forward a lot, but as we said, he usually pushes forward quite a bit against guys who do not have a 1 knockout punch power. But Conor McGregor, if RDA keeps pressuring him, Conor McGregor will just move and boom, just counter, and RDA will right away understand that he cannot continue that pace, and then Conor McGregor will take over the fight and start pressuring him and will finish him. Probably, I'm saying in a 3rd round. I think it's going to be 3rd round TKO. So one of the big questions is, can RDA take Conor McGregor down? I think so. He probably will succeed once or twice throughout the fight, maybe even 3 or 4 times, who knows. but I don't think it'll be every single round, and I don't think it'll be for the whole round. I think once McGregor will be able to explode back up and start tagging him on the feet, and he'll be able to finish him. He does need to watch out for the submissions, because RDA has decent submissions, but it's nothing crazy. It's not like Demian Maia type of jiu-jitsu game or something like that. So, you know, I mean, he's training with Gunnar Nelson and high-level jiu-jitsu guys, so he's good. You know what I mean? I do think that he's in RDA's head. He got in his head, especially after that knockout of Aldo. You know, he shook the world with it. Everybody kind of unconfident now when they're coming to face him. So I do believe that RDA is at the big disadvantage here. Conor McGregor coming with sky-high confidence and, you know, super great movement, fluidity, timing, agility, and all that good stuff. So I believe he'll take the fight for sure. Probably third round knockout, as I said. I'm really looking forward to this fight. You know, I can't wait for this fight. Hopefully it does happen, because, man, it's 3 weeks away, this fight. And I'm really hoping that RDA doesn't get injured and pulls out or something like that, because we all know Conor McGregor does not pull out of fight. So, you know, let's hope the fight stays intact, and I can't wait for this fight. We'll definitely do a post-fight breakdown, so we'll catch you guys then. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, share, like, and all that good stuff. And please leave a comment below and let me know your prediction. Let me know how you think the fight will play out, who will win, which round, what methods. I'd love to hear your opinion about it. And if you enjoyed this video, again, check out my other videos, my other breakdowns videos. You might enjoy them as well. So as usual, thank you very much. Really appreciate your support, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. So I think what will happen is Aldo will start, you know, coming in with some overreaching punches, and Conor will start definitely countering with some uppercuts, you know, with some left hooks and stuff like that. So